Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something we don't usually talk about on the channel, and that's gaming. So it's certainly something that's becoming more and more important in today's world because look at the GPU and console market. Things are being sold out continuously because of the widespread demand. But today we're going to be talking about esports specifically, and that's something that used to be laughed at, but today it's becoming more and more important because of the ridiculous amounts of money that they make. Now, why am I talking about esports and Overwatch? And that's because Overwatch is coming out with an enormous new update, and that's Overwatch 2. Right now, the game is available as an opt-in beta, and we got in. So initially, I got the feeling that Overwatch 2 is going to be a brand new game, but as I started playing, I felt that it was more like a free update that's going to come out, and I think that's a really good thing, because I think that really keeps Overwatch to what it really is, a team-based shooter where everyone can join in. A lot of things are still just Overwatch 1 continued into Overwatch 2, which is a very good thing because it feels like a general progression into a new game. For example, your skins and a lot of your player information is carried over as if you're playing the same game, which really leads me to believe that this is just a free update and this is just the necessary path for Overwatch to take in the modern world. Now, the other part of this, which makes me really excited, is that there's going to be a PvE aspect that they've talked about in the past, but we haven't really seen much about it. But given the new engine changes and a lot of the things that I saw, I'm really quite excited to see the PvE, and hopefully it's going to be everything that we've been hoping for. Now, my first impressions of the game when I booted it up was quite mixed. Now, here's why. On one hand, it immediately felt obvious that they changed the engine. It's a lot smoother. I had this really weird stuttering effect that really made me hate Overwatch 1. I don't know what it was exactly. Maybe it was something wrong with my monitor, maybe it was some sort of weird problem with the GPU, but that's completely gone in this new version. It is buttery smooth. Even when the frames drop, it still feels very, very smooth. Happens to new
we have
players.
one tank. It feels so weird. I'm looking for our main tank.
It's weird, yeah. And when I'm talking about drops, I'm talking about from 100 to maybe 90, or 120 to 90, which is not very much. However, it still should be jarring, and it would have been jarring in the previous game. But these engine changes are wonderful. And the 3D effect I get from Dolby is really, really good. I love my surround sound from stereo headphones, but the effect usually isn't very good. But in this, it's very, very good. It's very obvious where the sounds are coming from around your head. And that is absolutely awesome. However, my expectations had been that this was a brand new game, or at least something that's supposed to be very, very fresh and new. And that's why I was a little surprised to see a lot of the aspects were still the same. And that's where my mixed impressions initially came from. But I changed my mind as I kept playing because there was a lot of fresh ideas and fresh game modes that they added, and I immediately saw that I was actually a little too harsh in the beginning. There is plenty of new, plenty of good from the old days, and combined, you get something that I think is really natural for Overwatch. And that starts with the UI. The UI is fresh, but you immediately understand what it is. And that's extremely important because that's kind of what centers people around this whole game. There's also a brand new scoreboard, which I have mixed feelings about because I think people are just going to get bullied out of it. However, it really goes with the trend of what I was talking about with esports, because a scoreboard is very easy to read, you understand what it means, and it's more esporty because all other esport games generally have a scoreboard attached to them because it's just fun to see how all the players are doing. I was quite happy to be able to get on the new maps, and during my short hour of gameplay, there's a clear homage to the original maps that the people loved so much, while also adding some newer touches that would really help with things such as details and better placement of objects, and it's very clear that they're also using some of the better effects of the newer engine. As someone who doesn't play very much Overwatch, this new map really wasn't anything that was that cool to me initially. However, my friend who does play clearly was impressed by it. There's also a new game mode, and it's called Push. Now, the idea is really, really unique, and I absolutely loved it. The idea is that you have a robot which is pushing one of two barriers. One of them is yours, one of them, of course, is the enemy team's. Now, when the robot isn't contested, the reigning team actually steals the robot to push their own barrier. But when the other team can steal the robot back, they're going to push their own barrier over. So because of this, it creates a really cool team-based oriented game mode where we're both fighting to kind of get control of this robot, and then whoever wins there is going to be ultimately able to push forward. Overall, it just feels like a really fresh new game mode that just feels Overwatch without actually just being the same old Overwatch. It's really great. I really love it. What has always surprised me about Overwatch is just how team-focused it is, even though you don't know any of these people. In other games, in general, most people don't stay together, and unless you know people in your own team, it's all just going to be haphazard and people are just going to be working for themselves. However, in Overwatch, it does feel like there's a whole team involved. And because of that, I do love these types of game modes where they're really trying to bring the team part of Overwatch. It's very clear that Overwatch 2 is not really that different. It stays true to its original dream while giving us some of the necessary upgrades needed for a more modern game. All of this really points to a great upgrade to the original game, which also makes me really excited for the PvE side. And we really haven't gotten that much information on it, which makes it this real mysterious new thing. And based on what they've done in the past, this really brings up some exciting things. And I'm really hoping that they get that out as soon as possible, because this is going to be something very fresh to Overwatch as well. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.